you guys hear us okay?
We feel really cool with our Britney Spears mics on.
Yeah.
And it was an unexpected twist backstage, and one that we were
not expecting at all.
Not expecting.
No.
I'm allergic to adhesive, so I couldn't tape it to the side of my face like Kelly's
Yeah,
is.
mine beautifully taped.
So if mine flies off, just know that it's
Because you're allergic to adhesive.
I would get a horrible rash. Something none of us want to see. Hi, everybody. Hi, Kelly Oxford.
Hi.
I'm so excited to be sitting here with you.
I mean, we're just still sitting together for like the last 3 days. We haven't stopped.
We really haven't stopped.
No.
Before we start, it's a very nice group of women, and I see like 3 men.
Yeah.
How many of you have had a chance to read the second book? But you can clap, I guess, if you've read it. 1, 2, 3. I just don't want to I'm like spoiler alerts. Like I don't want to get too deep into some of the things because I don't want to like ruin it for you if you haven't had a chance yet to read it. I quite enjoyed the book, Kelly.
Thank you. I'm glad you did. I wrote it for you.
I know. Well, you did not dedicate the book to me.
No, I dedicated it to McDonald's and to Oprah Winfrey.
2 huge influences in your life.
The beginning, the middle, and the end, they're everything to me.
I mean, sort of.
Yeah.
I actually have a question about the Oprah Winfrey stuff. So Kelly and I, just to give you guys backstory on our friendship, Kelly and I are internet friends that became real life friends, which is totally acceptable. A fucking thing, you guys.
Yeah,
it happens.
It's a lifestyle.
It's
basically.
a choice.
Yeah.
And Kelly reached out to me when she had moved to Los Angeles via Twitter.
Yeah.
Because your youngest B, who we all know, and my oldest Birdie are the same age, born
within like 2 weeks. Of
yeah,
each other.
2 weeks of each other. And I think it was probably really scary for you moving from Canada with your 3 kids and your family and your structure that you have up there to Los Angeles where you knew like Jessica Alba and that was it.
Yeah.
And
that was a real struggle.
Right?
Yeah, it was a real struggle.
So
then I just tweeted Busy Phillips and was like, can you join my squad that I'm starting?
Kind of. I mean, she jokes, but it was like me and Jessica Alba. And I mean, I'm so curious about that because uprooting your family, and you talk a little bit about it in the book, and you get into a little bit like of James having to take on the role of like a stay-at-home dad and stuff when you came here for work. But like, what was that like? How did you?
The decision was made because of the snow and the cold. Because the winters where we were living were like 8 months of the year. It was cold. Like it was like cryogenically frozen.
I know, but you and I have talked about that's why you look like a teenager.
It's because
I was
frozen. I was frozen for like 35 years of my life. It's true.
You guys, I go to cryo on La Cienega for 2.5 minutes, and you fucking lived it.
It was my lifestyle. Again, my lifestyle. I know. 35 years. It's between like the cryogenic freezing of my face and sitting like this in front of a computer all day, not making any facial expressions. Like you're an actor, you have to make facial expressions
wrinkles, it's a whole thing.
all day. You have to do it all day. I don't.
You're just like
I just like this.
That's
wrinkle-less.
Do you not make
That's
yourself
how I say
laugh when you
wrinkle.
come up with these things?
Yeah, but I don't laugh with my eyes. Stop making me laugh, Busy. You're ruining this for me.
Oh my god, that is so funny.
It's not. It's true.
But Kelly and I, we became friends because we had children that were the same age, but then also we have a lot of similarities, and something that you really talk about in this book that I love that you're so open with, and I'm so open with on my via social needs, is anxiety.
Yeah,
and
so much anxiety.
It manifests in different ways for both of us.
Yes.
But talk to me a little bit. When you set out to write the second book, first of all, like, was that a daunting process? I have many questions.
Yeah.
Was that a daunting process because, given the success of the first book? Was that like, did you feel at any point like, oh no, this is not going to go well because the first one was so successful?
Right.
No, you didn't feel that pressure.
No.
Okay. You were like, I got this.
I was just like trying to source really stressful stories.
And did you? But was the like impetus or like the ultimate goal that you wanted to? Because the through line for me of this book is really like the struggle with anxiety.
Yeah, it is.
And how it kind of like permeates your life from the time when you were
a little
trying to go to camp for the first time, which is the first chapter of the book, you guys. And spoiler alert, is really funny and it's with a terrible haircut.
Yeah, I really wanted to make out with a boy, and I thought camp would be the way, but I had to get there before I got boobs, or else everybody would, know and suspect that I was horny because I had boobs. So I convinced my mom to let me go to camp so I could kiss a boy, and it didn't really go well at all.
And you ended up getting like a random body wave from
I got a
like
body wave.
Teenager.
I had to pretend I was a stoner. I mean, I didn't have to pretend I was a stoner, but I did pretend that I was a stoner. Yeah, it was great. I lost my eyebrows. And I didn't kiss a boy.
Shocking.
After all of that, you'd really wonder why I wouldn't have.
But so, you talk about it a little bit in the book, but like when did you first realize that like your brain has this thing called anxiety and and it just...
I think it was when I had like a nervous breakdown, which I also wrote about in the book. Hooray. Like I didn't realize I started getting pain in my armpits, and I thought, like, that's really messed up. Who gets pain in their armpits? I don't work out. I don't do anything. Why would there be pain in my armpits? And the last thing I thought my doctor would say when I went to see her about this pain in my armpits was that I had anxiety, and I was just like, and I left, and then I just started crying because I knew she was right.
How old were you?
18 or 19.
And was it because you tell your mom that
my mom.
that the family doctor says that she thinks
I have anxiety, and my mom is a very anxious person, so she knew it was real, and I was just like trying to blow it off. But then it just built up.
Do you see it in any of your kids?
Not yet.
Really?
No.
Birdie has anxiety.
She does.
Yeah. She has
gets
like
stressed out.
Yeah, she's only 8, but she's B's age. She gets like full-blown panic attacks about field trips and stuff.
Well, at least she'll know, and she won't be like 19 and almost drive off the road when she figures it out.
Yeah.
Which is what happened to me.
But but then she won't have this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sorry, Birdie. I'm just saying. Also like our kids, both of our kids are getting older. I still have that baby that we're hanging on to, and like still, even though she's like almost 4, I'm like giving her a bottle nightly. It's like stay my baby. But you talk a little bit about your kids getting older in the book, and I like think about your identity as a mother and sort of like that public persona that's been built of you as a mother that you built, that you like had a very active hand in. I mean, like that was part of what got you notoriety, what basically moved you from Canada, what turned the head of Jessica Alba. I joke. I'm like, I love Alba, but it was true.
That's very true.
It is actually true. Like,
that's
Alba
why Jessica Alba
blog.
called me. That's why she called me at the beginning. It's like because B was like the same age as Honor, and she hadn't read anybody who was a mom that she could relate to.
Right.
And she could relate to me.
Relatable moms. We
Relatable
also have that in common.
That should be a title of something we do.
That's my book.
Relatable moms.
No, I'm kidding. It's not. But like as your kids are getting older, you talk about in the book like feeling like they're disconnecting from you, and that.
Yeah, they don't need me. They don't need me for any. Like I still am like, have you gone to the bathroom before we leave? And they're like, ew, what's wrong with like mom? Gross.
Because your youngest will be 9 in August.
In August.
And
I still try and give them water and do all of the baby things with them. Henry's 13 and a half. And Sal turns 16 in like 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
I know. We're planning her kickback. FYI, it's not called a party anymore, even if you're inviting 60 kids to your house. It's called a kickback. Chill, okay? Mom, don't worry, it's not a party. It's just a kickback with 60 of my closest friends.
A kickback?
It's a kickback if you know everybody. And if you don't know people that are there, it's a party. I bought it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
That's Valley talk. This is my new stage in life, is being the mom of a teen, because it's a whole new world. Now it's like kickbacks and like drugs and alcohol and all of that stuff.
You don't talk about this so much in your book, but it's something that my husband Mark and I have talked about vis-a-vis you and your family, which is, so I'm going to share it with you guys.
Great, thank you. I'm glad we're doing it like this.
I am too. It seems appropriate. David Sedaris has a really famous story in one of his books. I don't know if it's Me Talk Party One Day. I can't remember which book. About how all of them were raised in New York City and they were New Yorkers, and then they moved to North Carolina and they had Rooster.
Yes.
And their youngest brother is like full North Carolinian and like drinks, right. And
Totally
I think of your children as like Sal is Canadian and Henry is like mostly Canadian and B is like a Los Angeles baby.
Yeah.
Like she moved here at a very...
I mean, they were three. They
were three.
They were babies. She's in LA, baby.
Yeah, she like talks about like my mom knows the girl from Frozen and like she's like very savvy.
She totally is.
But does that freak you out at all? Or do you see the other kids sort of changing? It is a shift. Are you guys from LA? Where are you guys? Are people from here?
Yeah.
You're from here. I'm fascinated by people who are raised here because I'm raising my children here.
Yeah, me too.
I
think
terrified.
there's a shift now. Like
I am.
There's reason to be. I think the older two are becoming more LA now.
They
I
are.
don't think she's like on her own anymore.
She's not.
I think they're pretty LA. Like Henry, all he does is like dance around the house. That's pretty LA.
I did full disclosure, guys. I did make Henry audition for the TV pilot that I just did to play my son because they were like looking for kids that were really cool and normal and not like from the Oakwoods and like Disney kids. And I was like, you guys know, you're from LA.
We know. We've all seen the documentaries. We've lived it.
And so I called Kelly and texted James and I was like, guys, I know this is super weird and not something you ever signed up for, but would you let Henry read to be my son? And he made it really far, but then ultimately we got a Disney kid.
He was too normal.
He was too normal.
He was too normal. They were like, why were we
They're
going
like,
for
no,
normal?
we
We need a little actor.
Yeah, turns out
maybe
we
we need an actor to be
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would have like loved to
Oh my
have
God.
Henry on set.
Henry would have loved that. He
Yeah.
was so fun. I was like, do you want to do this again? He's like, no, I only did it because it was busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
I know.
Your kids are really good, and I judge people by their children.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah, I totally do.
So when
absolutely
So when
do.
you met Birdie, because we didn't have cricket until after
after.
we became friends.
Like close after.
No, I got pregnant because, oh my God,
yeah.
you guys, because of Jessica Alba. I got pregnant. now it's like,
It's
Phillips
true.
is like weirdly obsessed with Jessica Alba. At your house, at the birthday party for
It was
B,
Bee's
when we
birthday
first
party.
met,
Yeah.
that first year when she was turning 4,
Yeah.
Alba and Cash had just had their newest baby.
Yeah, she was so
And
cute.
she was so cute and
so
squishy,
good.
and we left that part, and she was so good,
Yeah,
and
she
we
was
left
so
that party, and you had 3 kids, and you guys made it look so cool.
Yeah.
And we always were like, we're one and done. We're like the responsible people. They're only bringing one life into the world.
Right.
And then we left your party, and we're
Let's
like,
have another one. Yeah.
yeah, we have to have
So
another kid.
That was the party where I took a picture of B at the table and she was just wearing her bathing suit bottoms and people gave me so much shit online
Oh, really?
for not putting a top on her.
Okay, so this is interesting.
Gross.
So this brings me to this question. It's something I struggle with, and I think even if you're not, a million followers via Instagram and Twitter or whatever, how much do you share about your children? Do you feel like it's all accurate? And do you feel like do you feel like there are things that are off limits when it comes to your
Yeah, for
kids?
sure there's things that are off limits.
What are your rules?
My rules are just instinctual at this point.
Sure.
Right? So it's like, is this funny? Mostly.
Right.
Is this funny? I'm not gonna share it if it's not funny.
Is it going to prevent them from getting a job in the future?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Is this funny? That's like basically it for me. Is this funny? Could it be like on cable? I mean, not cable, on like network TV. Not cable. Because there's stuff that's cable that goes on in my house.
Right,
Like
right.
there's stuff Henry says where I'm like, dude, you're only 13. I'll tell you what he said. So yesterday, he turned to B and he was like, B, I do cocaine. She was like, Mom, Henry just told me he does cocaine. And he was like, it was a joke, chill out. And I'm like, you can't say that to
a
it.
joke about doing cocaine.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
Kids are
just
so
they're
weird.
so weird. Why would he say that Terrifier?
Do they ever complain that you like post about them too much, or does B ever?
I've like taken out the camera when they're doing something and have them look at me and then put it away.
Oh, I've had Birdie straight up say, "Don't put that on Instagram."
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
If she's like drawing, and I'm like a cute moment, or like her walking in mad, and she's just like, "Don't put that on social media." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, I wasn't even fucking thinking about it. Like, I'm putting that away."
That was just for me and my memories.
Yeah, I'm printing that one out and putting it in the book.
I'm making a scrapbook for you. That just so happens 500,000 other people subscribe to.
Yeah. That's fair.
It's fair.
That's fair.
Do they complain that like you sharing so much makes their lives harder now as Sal is becoming a teenager and her friends are aware and can read your books and like
No, I think like
and
they
follow
don't
you on
care.
social media?
Like they don't care about what their parents do. Like I didn't care about what my parents did. It's sort of the same thing. But sometimes like some of Sal's friends do follow me. Some of them watch me on Snapchat, but it just makes them more open to me. Like when they come to the house, like I think they're more respectful, like the ones that actually know what I do and
That are
watch-
fans.
That are,
You mean your fans?
Yeah. They're more respectful. They're really nice to me. They are big
Yeah, Kelly,
fans. They're obsessed.
fans.
They're obsessed with me. They're obsessed
That's
with
what we
me.
call fans.
Okay. I guess you're right. You're
like
right.
me with Jessica.
You had a baby because of Jessica.
I really did. Her baby was so cute.
She's so cute. So cute.
So all right, that's interesting. What about like your parents? You write about your parents' divorce in here and how your parents got divorced when you were an adult.
Yes, which was extremely difficult.
It sounds
extremely difficult.
Yeah.
Like my dad didn't want to talk about it at all because he's an old man from when was he born in the late 40s? Like,
probably.
He's pretty
I
old
don't
school.
know.
He doesn't want to talk about divorce.
Yeah.
He's not like an emotional like talky guy. And then my mom, all she wanted to do was talk about it. And
Also
needed all
always-
of my attention, and I'm just like, I've got 3 kids, and I'm supporting a family. I can't talk to you.
You were already here.
I was already. I left.
No, you left.
I left because it was like so much. That was part of it. It was very nice to leave that behind.
Did you ever have the conversation with your dad where you were like, "Why now?"
No,
I'm so
no.
curious when old people get
When
divorced.
they do it. I mean, it's really weird. It's really weird that they didn't. I mean, I prayed for them to get a divorce when I was a kid. I was like, everybody else is doing it.
Right.
Come on, guys, like get with the program.
Because why? Because you knew that they weren't happy.
No, they weren't happy.
Right.
But they just like stayed together.
Because that's what was expected.
And I think that I think they genuinely loved each other, but they just like
For
grated
sure.
on they just grated on each other, like very bad. But like divorcing so late is just weird.
It's weird.
Like they're old.
Yeah, like what does that look like?
But it's real weird.
Are they on Tinder?
My mom was on like one of those things.
Bumble?
No. I don't know, like Match.com, that's what it was. That's
Yeah,
what
that
it
makes
was.
sense.
And she's like,
That tracks.
she's so funny because she's like, she went on 3 dates and she's like, all 3 of those men just wanted a woman to look after them until they died.
She's like, I'm nobody's fool.
She's like, I am not
I
dating
got out of that.
anymore.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm not dating anymore. I'm not looking after another old dude. She's smart. She's gonna go back to Machu Picchu. She's like, I'm gonna travel the world by myself.
That's great.
I know.
More
It's
power
really
to
good.
her.
It's really good for her.
To bring it down. Well,
Let's bring it down, guys.
Further down.
Let's bring it
No,
down.
but I mean, you announced in the fall that you and James had separated,
Yeah.
and you guys are getting a divorce.
Yeah.
How do you feel like? Do you feel like your parents' divorce has affected how you guys are handling things?
Well, we just handled it much earlier
Right.
so that we could like move on to being friends and
Right. Like you're like
grow
lucky 'cause
old
you're-
as like normal people
Right.
rather than split up and be mad at each other when we're like 65.
Right.
Yeah.
How's it going? I mean, I know,
Amazing.
but I'm just like, what do you want to share with me? I know, but this is one
It's
of.
going. I mean, it's going.
Are you
It's
gonna write
tough.
about it?
I think I have to.
I got sad reading the book.
Yeah, I know. I think I have to write about it for the 3rd book.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll write about it more like maybe I'll write a novel. Like
A
it'll be like one
novelization?
story, like a
Of my
novelization
divorce?
of the
Why
divorce.
does that should be the name of your next book, The Novelization of My Divorce.
It could be that. It should be.
It's
I know.
intense. Has your
It is.
anxiety do you
Oh,
feel
it's like peaked.
Yeah.
It's like all over the place. I have like 2 days, and then I have 10 days, and then I'm just like I'm all over the place.
Okay.
But you gotta keep it like a 7 for the kids.
Yeah.
That's when it's game time.
And the kids are pretty chill. They're doing good.
Yeah, they're doing great.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, they're really happy.
I need to get back to Oprah.
Yeah, as we all should.
Well, here's my question, because in the book, in a few of the stories that are like back in the day when you're growing up,
Yeah.
you reference already how that
I
you
was
know
obsessed
that
with
you were
her.
obsessed with Oprah.
Yeah.
I retrospectively understood my obsession with Oprah. I was not aware of it at the
Oh,
time.
I was aware of
I
it.
didn't know she was my second mom until
Yeah,
I was like,
like
until I
older.
told her and I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, wait,
Oprah's my
Oprah raised
mom.
me.
Yeah, she did. After school, every day.
Yeah, at 3 p.m.
Yeah, she told us all the shit our moms wouldn't tell us.
Channel 7.
Yeah.
Don't go to the second location.
Never.
Never go to
Never
the
get in
second,
the car.
Never go to the second location. Kill
You're
me
dead.
Here.
You're dead. If you get in the car, you're dead. Does everybody know this? Did Oprah tell everybody
In case
this?
you don't, it's a famous episode where Gavin DeBecker goes on Oprah and
Yeah.
he tells her the most important thing is never go to the second location.
If somebody comes up and puts a gun on your side and says, get in the
Get in the
car,
car,
or
you're
get
like,
in here, you just go, nope.
Absolutely not.
No, because then I'm dead.
You're killing
Oprah
me.
told me,
Whatever you're
never.
doing to me, you're doing to me right
Now.
here.
Yeah. Right here, in front of everybody,
In
all of
front-
these
and
people.
you know what? If I go to that second location, that's on me.
Truth.
I am fascinated. I would almost disbelieve your self-awareness as a teenager and preteen, were it not that I know your children, and
Right.
so I like know that
Yeah,
this
genetically it's
is genetically
happening.
it tracks.
Yeah,
for
it
me.
tracks. You're looking at the kids and judging, and you're like, oh, yep, it works.
Do you feel like, and you also talk about a little bit about how you feel like you always, like, it's interesting to me, like, you didn't go to college, right?
I mean, I went for like a bunch of different things, but I didn't finish college.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That's not true. I went, I just went for like a year and a half, and then
You were done.
And then
Yeah.
I was on a TV show. It's not a big deal, guys. It's Freaks and Geeks. By the way, thanks for, he went through my entire IMDb.
We were laughing.
We were sitting backstage and I was
We
like,
were laughing so
I
hard.
don't care about my 13 episodes of ER. Like, we can, I don't.
Although you did become a doctor.
I thought I was a doctor
Yeah.
for a year and a half. And I would have like conversations with people where I
That's
was
one
like
of my favorite stories.
asking them, it's like, well, what did he say? Yeah. And what did he do? I mean, did he give you like anything as a paralytic so you could get, like, the people are like, you don't know anything.
But ER.
It's embarrassing.
No,
but
it's
it's true.
really
And
good.
they have these doctors. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna.
No, it's good. I want you to.
They have these doctors on set that like teach you the stuff, and they basically make you feel as if you could do it in real life. And so that's their job, is to like instill this confidence in you so that when it's crunch time and the cameras are rolling and Goran Vishnik is looking at you, you're like, I can do it, like Mekhi Phifer, you know. And which, by the way, every time, because I have anxiety and I have, you know, like spiraling thoughts or whatever,
Yeah.
and every time in my head, I'd be like, there's no Mekhi Phifer. And I would have to stop myself from saying it out loud for like over a year. There's no Mekhi Phifer. That's maybe Tourettic. Anyway.
I get it.
I
get it.
legitimately thought I was a doctor.
I know, it's my favorite.
And then I like dated this guy who was a med student because I thought, you guys, I was basically Bette Midler and Beaches. I was like, I'm gonna marry a doctor, and like I was insane. We both brought our crystals on stage.
Yeah, we did. I brought the biggest crystal I've ever brought out in
It's
public.
aggressive. I'm not gonna lie.
It's really aggressive.
Phallic. It's like
know.
all happening for
I
me.
brought it all for you guys.
What kind of crystal is that?
This is selenite.
Selenite. What does it do for us?
It's supposed to ground us.
Great.
It's doing a real fucking good job tonight.
I have a rose quartz in the shape of a heart.
Yeah, I love that one.
That I
That's a
got-
classic.
Quartzite,
That's a classic.
Arizona.
Yeah.
You're supposed to keep your crystals on your person. Oh, I also have my rutilated quartz.
Oh, that's a good one.
Always. Are you guys into crystals?
Wow. Oh, good.
Yeah. We don't trust
A few of you
anyone.
saw this and were like, yep. That's a basic.
Kelly and I don't trust anyone who's not into crystals. Just so you know. It's happening
True.
gradually, but we're really into them.
Really into them.
I'm looking forward to that chapter in your next book.
Oh, I'll do it.
So let me ask you this as a writer. Do you write down ideas?
Nope.
No.
No.
Okay. That's a fast
No.
shutdown.
No. No.
So like me saying to you, you should do a chapter about crystals, which would be really
Yeah,
interesting.
I would do it. I'll do it.
Your thing into crystals has been
It's
extraordinary.
been extreme. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm friends with Spencer Pratt now. Like we're buddies.
I mean,
Because of
congratulations
crystals.
to them. They're having a baby.
I know. I'm so
You
excited
can be
for
mom
them.
friends with Heidi.
Oh my god, I
You
know.
should reach out to her via Twitter.
They send me those edible arrangements. So now I realize I have to send them an edible arrangement for the baby.
I know.
Have
no words.
Didn't I take a picture and send it to you?
No.
Oh my god. They sent me the California basket with like dates and oranges.
How did you not have me over immediately?
I don't know. I'm
First
sorry.
of all, I love an edible arrangement. You can take the girl out of Arizona, but you can never take the Arizona out of the girl. To me, that's like the classiest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just doesn't get any better.
Next time.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
And are his crystals good? Does he have the good shit?
Oh my god.
What's
He
his
spent
vibe?
all of his money on crystals. They have no money. He spent all of his money on crystals, like $1 million on crystals. This is like all their money. And then I think the other $1 million on Heidi's body.
Has she rectified that situation? Or
I think
what?
so. I
Yeah.
think she went down.
Yeah, it was a real situation.
It was a real thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
You have a lot of chapters for this next
I
one.
really do. I think I'll start taking notes as soon as we get back.
Yeah, so what's your process like? Do you do, like,
Well, with the first one,
Yes.
here's the process for the first one. The first one was I wanted to sell a book, so I
Yeah.
had to put together a book proposal.
Oh,
So I
right.
did have to think about it, and I did have to write a few chapters, and then go out and shop it around. For the second one, because the first one was the New York Times bestseller,
Huge hit.
they're just like, give you a book. Because there's so
Right.
like few people doing books,
Right.
and then I was like, what the fuck am I gonna write about? And got really stressed out.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, clearly I just write the same sort of stories as the first book, but focus on anxiety. So then I was just like, what are the worst things that have happened to me in my life? Let's
Right.
make them great.
And you really take us on a journey through
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And sort of towards the, I like that it's a little bit, I mean, you jump around in the book, and I really enjoy, like, how things that happen in your childhood directly affect
Mirror and affect
yeah,
as an
mirror and
adult.
affect things
Yeah.
that you deal with as an adult
Yeah.
when you live in LA, but also you still talk about your time in Canada with
Yeah.
Henry and the kids and that thing that happened at McDonald's, which is like,
Oh God.
it's so intense because I feel
It
like,
was so intense.
yeah, can we
spoil
alert?
it a little?
Yeah.
Okay. You go.
There's-
You start.
Should I tell the story?
Yeah,
I
you
feel
should
like
tell it. I think you. I want to hear yours. I want to hear your.
I
your
read it and
version.
I have taken it on as my own.
Yeah. That's
And
what I want for all of
probably
you.
Cut to in 5 years, I tell the story as if it happened to me. It's also a real phenomenon. There was a This American Life about it.
That's true. It is a thing.
But Kelly talks about this okay. So for me, sometimes like the most heartbreaking and heart-wrenching thing is humanity.
It is.
And
Like today on your Instagram story
Fuck, man.
with the Parker.
that guy was such a dick.
He
And we
parked.
don't-
This guy parked a lady into her spot, and then she was leaving, and he acted like it was her fault that she couldn't get out of the spot.
And he was like really entitled. He was like, "Oh, I'm the crazy one," and I was just like with my coffee, like, "What's happening? Why are you being mean to this woman?" And she just like was so stunned by the whole thing, and
He was being mean.
he was being mean for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, he was acting like an entitled asshole. Like,
Yeah. That stuff bothers me the most.
yeah, it's really
It
weird.
really affects me.
It really affects you.
Yeah.
It affects me too.
Yeah.
That's why we're friends.
Yeah.
But so Kelly
You
went
just
to
cry all day.
McDonald's. You cried. How many times did you cry today?
4.
Me too.
Oh, really?
I cried 4.
I cried 4 times. Me too. I'm gonna cry again now.
I know. Let's not cry. Also,
Oh, no.
download Rostam's new song and cry to that.
Oh,
I've been
that's
crying to
great.
a lot of music recently.
Yeah, me too.
But anyway, in the book, Kelly shares
Back
a
to
story about taking young Henry Oxford
Yes.
and his little buddy
His little buddy.
to McDonald's drive-thru as a special treat,
Yeah.
and getting into a conversation with the man in the window,
Who's from the
who's, like,
Philippines.
kind of maybe creepily checking out young Henry Oxford.
Yeah.
And,
Looking in the back seat.
and the little boy.
Little boy.
And then Kelly comes to understand it's because his
Family,
children
yeah.
and family are back in the Philippines, and he hasn't seen his children for 2 years.
And because he moved to Canada to work
to
at
try
McDonald's.
to make a better life for them, and
he
send
sends
them
all
money.
the money back.
And she leaves the drive-through and starts like hysterically crying, and then that's
Yeah.
that thing. I don't know how many parents are in the audience, specifically mothers, but there is that real thing of like crying and trying to hide it from your children because you don't
Yeah.
want to upset them or scare them,
Confuse them,
but
all
you
of that.
confuse them, but you're having this
A moment.
reaction
Yeah.
and very real moment. Did
And
you
I-
ever go back?
Yeah, of course I did. It was
You talked to that
McDonald's.
guy?
Yeah, I talked to that guy. It was just, you know, you're having all these days, and if you're a stay-at-home mom, especially, you know, it's like the same thing over and over and over.
Even if you're not a stay-at-home mom,
Right, it's the same thing over and over and over.
any parent.
And then to go through and to have these kids in the back, and you're just trying to get through the day until the mom comes to get
Yeah.
the other kid,
And you're like, I'm just
stuff,
gonna do
and
this
I'm just
one
gonna
thing
go through
that's
this
so
thing,
easy,
and I'm
so
gonna
that-
drive
yeah.
and just not have to look at them for
Yeah.
a while, and they can sit in the back, and I don't have to deal with them. And then for this guy to be just like I moved around the world to work at fucking McDonald's so I could support my family. I was just like, oh, I am the
Yeah.
biggest fucking asshole in the world.
Yeah,
Like,
they just
ever.
confront you with this.
Yeah. And he was like, he was sad, but he was happy to see them, and I was just like, oh god, oh, so much.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to take on.
Yeah,
But
a
it's
lot.
also like how many people drive through every day, and he's like maybe weirdly looking at the kids in the back seat. And
Right.
it's like, okay, bye, see ya. You know,
Right.
like you.
I had the
took-
conversation
You had
with him.
to have the conversation because of who you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, I talked. I asked him like, oh, how often do you get to see them? And then I was like, oh fuck, why did you just ask that? That was the dumbest thing. Like, what if he doesn't have Wi-Fi? But he's like, oh, I get to like Skype them, and I was like, oh, thank God, he's got Wi-Fi. Like, I don't know. McDonald's has free Wi-Fi. He's probably Skyping them as he's in the drive-thru. I mean, he might be.
Like, and then it's like best case scenario.
That's what I'm hoping, as I'm crying with my McDonald's in the garage.
Why do you love McDonald's so much?
Well, because it's honestly because when I was a kid, if something like bad happened, like our dog died, we'd go to McDonald's, and if something good happened, like it was my birthday, we'd go to McDonald's. So it's all emotional eating.
Yeah. So I have to tell you, I had the exact same experience.
With McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My family was like, we ate McDonald's probably like 3 times a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Growing up. But I have the opposite feeling now about McDonald's. I'm not writing a love letter to
Right.
them. I'm not dedicating
You're not.
my second book
Right.
to them.
Right. You just are like
No, like
stay
for
away.
me, it's like
bad
ew,
memories.
Mom and Dad, like what? Why?
Right.
It's so
You
gross.
know, I'm the opposite.
But did you
Give
like
it to
see
me.
the things in the New York Times
Yeah, I
article
read it
about
all.
the pink sludge? And
Yeah,
all
it
that?
doesn't bother me.
You're like, bring it on.
There's something wrong with me. I can like eat bacon and look at the cutest baby pig ever. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't connect food to the source, even
Oh,
if I'm
really?
watching it. I can watch it and I still don't.
You can like watch it.
I
be
can
slaughtered.
watch it. Yeah, I can like watch it and it doesn't, there's something wrong with me. I'm admitting it here. Thanks for making me
Okay.
feel even more anxious.
No. I'm just so curious because I like also have like the same thing with McDonald's, but I find McDonald's to just be every time I've gone there, we had to
You
eat
get
there in
sick.
Quartzsite. When I got this, it was like so
And you got
gross.
sick.
Yeah.
I go to like a special McDonald's that's just for me.
Where is it?
It's on Riverside in the valley, and they've and they've got like the guy like in and out that stands in the thing and takes your order. Like it's good. It's a quick turnover.
Mark has a good idea for McDonald's, which he feels like McDonald's could really make a killing if they did like an organic, like they did like special pop-ups that were like In-N-Out or Shake Shack, but it's like
Yeah.
locally sourced
Oh, that's a good
organic,
idea.
farm to Tabes McDonald's vibes.
I would say that. That's basically Canadian McDonald's, you know.
That's what you say, but
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like
know
artisan
this.
McDonald's.
I went to Calgary one time to film a made for MTV movie.
And you skipped McDonald's.
I did
That's
not.
on you.
I didn't get McDonald's. I actually
You
made,
should've.
that was back when I still ate McDonald's.
You might have. It's good there.
Do you ever feel like a pressure to post on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat? Because you do it all.
Yeah, no. I think I do a little bit with Instagram. Where if I've gone a couple of days on Instagram and people start worrying I'm dead, then
That's
yeah.
what I'm wondering. Do people
Yeah.
wonder where you are?
Yeah, they
do.
do.
They like reach out? I'm
Yeah,
like,
they do.
girlfriend.
Yeah, they reach out.
Where's
They're
the
like, what
pic?
is going on? Where did you go? I need
Where's
to know what's
Archie?
going on. Is everything okay?
Right.
People ask all the time if the cats are dead, if I don't post the cats for like a month.
You're like, I killed them.
Please don't. What if somebody posted the other day, like, please don't give me bad news about Gertie? And I'm like, what? This isn't even a picture of like the cats. Like, Gertie's my cat, and I haven't posted her in like 6 months. She's alive, by the way. Jesus Christ, the pressure to like, now I'm like, I have to post a picture of my fucking cat because people think she's dead? Great. What have I gotten myself into?
Have you thought about, it's been such a part of your life for so long.
Yeah.
First blogging.
Oh my God, forever, since Sal was like
blogging
2.
before blogging was
Sal
a
was
thing.
2, and that was when I started blogging about her, and the stuff that she said, like how Oprah probably had her house was just full of pillows. She's like, I believe Oprah has a house full of pillows. I know, little baby Sal.
Baby Sal makes me
Oh my God, those curls. She was so cute.
so cute. I didn't know her then, but like I've seen pictures.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you and Oprah are gonna have your day?
I think so. I think it's gonna happen.
What's it gonna look like?
It's gonna be
Like
me
best case scenario.
hysterically,
Walk me through it. Walk me
hysterically
through
crying.
it.
It's just gonna be me hysterically crying in any situation.
But where are you? No, I need to know all of it.
We're gonna be at somebody's house.
Yep.
I'm gonna be there way too early.
Sure.
Sweating really hard.
What are you wearing to meet Oprah? Do you wear the Oprah necklace?
I think I'm wearing the Oprah
Yeah,
necklace.
for sure you are.
I think I might even wear this outfit.
Yep. She'd love it.
She would like this
Yep.
outfit a lot. It would be a dinner. I already mentioned the sweating. And I would cry hysterically and have to like hide in the bathroom.
Do you feel like you would cry as soon as she walked in?
Yeah.
Do you feel like
Yeah,
okay?
instantly. Because I saw her that one time on the lot.
Yeah. I
And
remember.
And instantly
remember it
started
very
crying.
well.
Did I text you or call you?
You called me.
Yeah, I lost my mind. It was like looking into the sun. I was just like sick, instant nausea, blinded, crying, and because I was like walking this way, and then I saw she was standing there, and I just went like this, and started crying, and like grabbed my stomach and went like way around her, and then went in the building behind her to like spy on her and call everybody.
You know, I'm friends with, guys, everybody settle down, Nate Berkus and his husband Jeremiah Brent.
Yeah.
And at their
Oh God.
wedding in New York,
Yes, I remember this
I was
so
waiting-
clearly.
I was waiting for my moment with Oprah.
So clearly.
And I thought maybe it wouldn't happen because it was their wedding. But, like, they should have the moment.
Yeah.
But, that we were in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I was with my friend Irene, who's a beautiful, like, a jewelry designer. She makes the most beautiful jewelry.
She does.
And Oprah came into the restroom. And I was like, this might be the moment. I'm gonna wash my hands for about 10 minutes and like wait.
Yeah.
And she came 2 stalls over, and without missing a beat, Irene was like, Oprah, hi, I'm Irene. You have that pair of earrings that blah blah blah. And she's like, oh, Irene, da 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 da. And I was like, nope, not my moment.
Right.
That was Irene's moment.
Yeah.
She took it, she saw it, and she took it.
She did.
And I just like, Irene is one of my closest friends,
Yeah, you
and
just
I
stepped
just
back.
walked right past as if I didn't even
Know her.
Know
Didn't
her.
even know her. Just give it
Just,
to her.
I had to get out.
Yeah, you just had to toss it.
Yeah,
Go.
because I don't
Go.
want it. I don't want when the moment comes.
It's gotta
for
be
me,
you. It's gonna be you.
It's gotta be my moment.
gonna be you.
And I also like don't want it to ever be Oprah. Like I met you in a bathroom. You were talking to my friend.
No,
and
no,
I
no.
said hi
Yeah,
for a
no,
second.
no.
That's not.
No, that's not the thing.
acceptable.
That's not the thing.
Yeah.
That's not the thing we do.
Do you feel like there's fresh cut flowers in your scenario?
Yes.
Like a big bouquet.
Like huge.
Yeah.
Maybe all white roses.
Ah!
All white roses. Just huge.
Oprah would
This
love
big.
it.
All white roses.
I imagine mine are like lavender and in a basket.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like Harvest Day.
It's
Harvest Day.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you're thinking of Harvest Day.
Are you guys following it all? Do you like Oprah?
Do you guys know Oprah has Harvest Day?
About?
Oprah has Harvest Day. That's our second date though, is Harvest
You
Day.
get invited. Whoa.
No, Oprah.
Hold on.
Yeah, we get
You get invited to Harvest
and
Day?
and I bring you.
Okay, all right. It's
Harvest
real though.
Day.
I think that when you grew up in the late 80s
Yes.
and the 90s,
Yeah.
that
It was Oprah.
It was like Oprah, and for me, it was Saved by the Bell. Like I had
Yeah.
those two things.
That was all we had after school, and our keys around our necks.
I know my mom took great umbrage when I was on a podcast because I said I was a latchkey kid.
Oh God,
She
so
was
did
like-
my mom.
She was like,
She
"You
got
were
so mad.
not a latchkey
Yeah.
kid, Elizabeth."
You were. You were, and so was I.
Yeah, my mom worked. I went home by
Yeah.
myself and watched Oprah and made nachos.
Yeah.
Eating my feelings.
Should we do questions?
Do you guys want to? Does anyone have a question?
Because we're opening it up to questions.
We wanted to open it up early to questions.
We
talked
want your
about it.
questions.
Yeah, if anyone has questions, raise your hand. I'm happy to bring the microphone to you. Just a quick reminder, at Live Talks LA, questions are short. They generally start with a W or an H.
And don't insult us.
No,
Sometimes
we
a
don't
D,
like that.
Or Oprah.
and only Busy gets to ask follow-up questions.
Ooh,
Oh.
all right. That's a lot of pressure, I have to say.
Hi.
Hi.
So, what were you doing before you were writing? So, what got you to writing?
I was always writing.
Even since you were little? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, when I was, that was a follow-up question. Yeah, since, oh, you crossed her now. You
Wow.
crossed her now.
Wow. Okay.
Hold that crystal,
Here we
Busy.
go.
Hold that crystal. Yeah, when I was 3, my mom taught me how to read and write, and it was like a circus trick, and I got so much praise for being able to do that, and I was the first grandchild, and it was like a whole parade of things like, look at what Kelly can write, Kelly can do this. So I think I just kept writing because it made me feel really good.
And so I was trying to get to this, so thanks for bringing it up again. And here's the follow-up. No, I'm kidding. No. But so you sort of went to college a little bit. You met James very young.
Yeah, I was 20. I was
Yeah.
20, and then we had Sal at 23. Not him. He was 28, but I was 23.
Not him. He's so much
He's
older.
so much older. Come on now, he wasn't 23. I wouldn't have a baby with a 23-year-old. I'm not crazy.
And so then you're like, because James is something, and like an engineer.
And he's an engineer.
yeah. I know. But your life became taking care of Sal, right?
Yeah. Wait, follow-up question?
The follow-up question is that blogging became kind of like
Was like the thing that I did when they were sleeping.
and your
It was my
outlet.
outlet, yeah, because I always wrote when I was in school and wanted to be, a writer, but I also didn't want to write for magazines. Like that didn't really interest me that
Also,
much.
no money, Kelly.
No money at all. I would also rather be in sales than write things for magazines.
Really?
Yeah, because I like being out and being with people. I worked in a shoe store and I fucking loved it.
Where?
And I
What
was
kind of
very good at
shoes?
it. Fancy shoes, like a small designer store in Canada called Gravity Cope, which was it was a good store. And I like sales, and because I like talking to people, so I would write at home and work at the shoe store, work at the coffee shop, and do that. And then with the internet, I think it was 96 that I got online and just started writing GeoCities blogs and things like that. I would just write every day and sort of got an early following that's still people that are still with me. The oldest followers are from 2000. So that's a long time. That's 17 years.
That's a super long time.
It's a really long time. There's people on Instagram that are like, I've been with you since Sanga, and I'm like, oh fuck, that's 17 years that you've been reading my shit.
And so when you started writing initially on the blogs, was it pre-Sal or?
It was pre-Sal, and it was just the same sort of stuff that I wrote, mostly in the first book, like just crazy teenager things, like going to LA,
trying to stalk
Leo.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Do you know who I stalked when I was
Who?
on Dawson's Creek?
Who?
Vince Vaughn.
Oh my God.
He came to
Bless your heart.
He came to
Bless your heart.
Wilmington, North
Oh my
Carolina
God.
to do reshoots
I
for
didn't-
that
how
movie
do I not know
he
that?
and Steve Buscemi got arrested for like some
Yes.
bar fight.
Yes.
I don't even remember what the movie was, but I remember that. And they came to do reshoots while we were shooting Dawson's Creek, and it was my first year on the show, and I had just Michelle was my friend, but she like would always fly back to New York whenever she wasn't working,
Right.
and so I was kind of by myself, and I decided
it
I
was
was
you
gonna
and Vince.
stalk him
Yeah.
and like make him be
I
my
didn't
friend.
know. I didn't know about this story.
It really didn't work. So, much like your Leonardo DiCaprio
Yeah,
story.
that didn't work either.
I had a cigarette with Leonardo DiCaprio at the Golden Globes this
Did?
year. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and guys, okay.
Biz.
I didn't tell you the story.
No. First of all, you had a cigarette? Like honestly.
She knows me so well. Like I quit smoking at 27 years
Yeah.
old, and I have legitimately never smoked since.
This is the like I'm skipping over the Leo part.
Right.
Because of that. It's crazy.
Well, I had the cigarette because Leonardo DiCaprio
Right.
was having a cigarette. Like, obviously.
That's what you do. I get
He
it.
kind of looked through me because I'm 37, right? Obviously, and
Yeah.
so he like sort of was just like didn't really see me, and like had said hi to Michelle, and he
Yeah.
was with Jonah, and I'm friends
Yeah.
with Jonah, and so we were all talking. But again, like my face
You
doesn't
didn't
even
even exist.
register
Right.
to him.
There's
Because
TED Talks about this.
is there?
No, there has to be.
There
though. I was
should
about to
be.
say there really should be about men who just don't see the face.
Because I'm not kidding you. It was like
Yeah.
I was like, I thought this happened. I've heard women talk about this happening when they're like 50. Like, I didn't realize that for Leonardo DiCaprio, it's like 37.
Yeah.
It's her like, you're killed.
It's
like,
blind.
You're just like dead to
Age
them.
blind.
Yeah, he
Age
just
blind.
couldn't even see me. And then I said something like, I said something funny.
Yeah.
And then
Just own it.
he like clocked it.
Yeah.
And then clocked it. And I was like, yes. Leonardo DiCaprio. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, maybe we'll see you later. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that was the moment.
I can't believe I didn't know that one
I
either.
know, I feel
We're
so
learning so
bad.
much now.
I know, you were like, you were having a moment, you know.
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
having, we catch up about other things.
Yeah. Well, let's just do this in front of all these people.
Yes. Hi.
Hi, I wanted to thank you for the Not Okay hashtag. It let me share my story, and I also wanted to know how you first felt about posting it. Like, were you nervous about opening up that hashtag to the
Oh
world?
no, I wasn't nervous. I was so fucking mad. I was like so angry. There was like no nerves at all. I was like shaking in rage. It was like blind tweeting. Like I didn't even know what I was doing.
Well, what's interesting is in the book, have you read the book yet? Okay, so it's
The last chapter,
The
just
last
skip to it.
chapter.
Then go backwards. It doesn't
I
matter. You can read
actually-
it first.
I mean, it made me. I had a very emotional reaction
Yeah.
to that chapter. You can ask Mark; he's here. I like couldn't stop crying.
Yeah.
But I love what you said, where you're like, you tweeted out this thing out of just like pure. It was just like your guttural reaction to what was happening and to this disgusting thing that we've all seen a million
Yeah.
times with Billy Bush and Donald Trump, and you had the thought process like, I'll check back in 10 minutes and I'll just like delete it if
Right.
no one has responded or if you were getting trolled,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That was like your
That was
idea.
it. That was the idea.
Uh-huh. And then
but then it just went crazy, and it was
Crazy.
crazy for days and days and days and days.
and like months.
Yeah, like it gets brought up daily, which is great, which is amazing, but also like, the fuck is going on out there?
Did you feel overwhelmed by
Yes.
the?
Totally. I was paralyzed for like 3 days. I went out for dinner on like the third day, and I went out for dinner with Alex and Franco, and they were like, "How are you doing?" And I'm like, "Terrible." And they were like, "This is such a good thing. That's like, you should really like be happy about this." And I'm like, "You guys, just take my phone and just look at it for like 1 minute, just 1 minute." And just imagine what's been going on with me for 3 days. And they were like, fine. And they took my phone, and you know how you scroll on Twitter and it updates automatically and everything pops up? It was just like, and this is 3 days in, they scrolled and it popped up like 20. And they were like, oh, and each of these tweets to me was a very personal story about somebody being sexually assaulted or raped, and or molested or just anything. And so they were like, oh my God. And then it was like another pop, and it was another 20. So they were still coming in like hundreds by the minute. And at the end of that minute, they were just like we need 2 bottles of wine right now. Like, it was so intense.
Yeah, I texted you. So I was like, are you okay?
Yeah, I was not
really
okay.
overwhelming.
I was not okay.
You were hashtag
I
not
was
okay.
hashtag not okay for a while.
No, but I think it is so important, and it's also, we both have girls, and it's something that like I'm hopeful that has sort of shifted
Yeah.
culturally in
Yeah.
our society in terms of
it
like
has.
how we talk about it and when we talk about it and if we talk about it, because being able to give women and men too on you're
Yeah.
not okay, like the ability to freely say like this thing happened to me and to give voice to it, I think is really important, because I think
it really is. I mean, because it's something that happens to everybody. I mean, it happens to everybody. What we need to talk about. It's crazy that we don't talk about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's really upsetting.
It's really upsetting. We're not going to cry 5.
But
I know, me too. I know, me too. It's okay.
But do you feel like, I mean, what I really feel like, and this is what I feel like with the Donald Trump stuff too, is like that it's pushing the conversation in the right direction.
Yeah.
In terms of consent, in terms of
Yes.
what's acceptable,
Progress towards these
and
things.
what we talk and like what we
Yeah.
talk about in shame, and right,
Yeah.
like every like
Right.
shame is such a big thing, right?
And I think teaching boys about consent and teaching is the most important, I think, out of everything, instead of telling girls how to protect themselves.
Well, it's always been on us.
It's
Everything's
always
fucking
been
on us.
It's so weird.
Guys, IUDs are very painful.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's
everything's
crazy.
on us.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I really see, at least, in the bubble that I'm in, I definitely see a shift in conversation.
And how are the teenage boys? I'm so curious about this. Like Sal's friends.
They're like exactly like the boys at our age. Like, when they're 15, 16, they're like way less mature. Like, the girls are the bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the girls are the ones that are like, let's go make out. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. So it hasn't like switched over yet. The boys aren't old enough yet. So I don't know. That's going to happen. That crazy stuff's going to happen. I know.
Are you nervous?
No, because it's Sal. I'll be more nervous when it's B.
I
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen.
I remember when they were like, B and Birdie had just turned 4, and we were like, B is going to be the one that's making Birdie smoke a joint. Like, we were like taking bets on like.
It's true.
B is that like very mischievous little soul.
She is. She's very funny.
She's
She's just crazy.
funny.
She wakes up and says the craziest things, like that Hitler thing the other day. She woke up and this is, I swear to God, the first thing that came out of her mouth in the morning. She woke up and she was sleeping in my room because my mom's staying with us during the book tour. And she looks at me and she's like, Hitler killed himself, so he was kind of a hero. First thing in the morning. First fucking thing in the morning. So yeah, I'm worried about her as a teenager. Oh, B.
We gotta keep her friends with Birdie, because Birdie is like so anxious about everything. She'll keep her in line.
She will.
Cricket, on the other hand,
She'll be like,
that's
let's
my wild
go.
card.
Yeah, she is.
You get one.
Yeah, you do get one. You get one wildie. Anybody else?
Hi.
Hi.
I was wondering, because you spend the book talking about your anxieties and stuff, but how do you manage them?
Manage my anxiety.
Or do you?
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes I do. Sometimes with drugs. Sometimes if it's like really bad, I'll take like a Klonopin or something like that if I don't have to do anything else, like drive or look after my children by myself or, stay awake. A lot of it was just self-acceptance of the anxiety and knowing like, oh yeah, you're gonna feel like shit and you probably look super awkward, just fucking deal with it. Like that was a really huge part of the process with dealing
Have you
with
ever done
anxiety.
cognitive behavioral therapy? Somebody just recommended that to me.
What is that?
Do you
What
have
is it?
Do you have anxiety?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jill, I
Yeah.
want to call you out in front of everybody, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
Does that give you anxiety? Let's talk about it. Somebody
is
just
that?
told me
What is it?
to look into cognitive behavioral therapy.
CBT.
Because
CBT.
it corrects like my anxiety manifests in a couple ways, but I do I do self-destructive things like picking. I do skin picking in my face.
Eyelash picking.
I have a lot of tools that help me with that. It's really not great. If I'm too quiet for too long, Mark will be like, "Where are you? What are you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing." And like eating, I do binge eating.
Yeah, I binge eat too.
Like crunchy small things.
I eat like candy a lot.
You candy, me too.
Yeah,
I do sugar.
I do sugar.
And but so this is something I've literally never talked about publicly, but I'm about the CBD.
Oh yeah, CBD.
Guys, I'm obsessed now. So I would have anxiety about taking anxiety medication because I'm a mother and I'm like, what if something happens and like I have to drive Birdie to the doctor and I'm on Xanax or Klonopin or whatever. Like I can't. So I would have anxiety about that. So I would just suffer through these panic attacks and cry, whatever, do whatever, destructive behavior. And then through my stylist, guys, as all good things come. And it just happened to like at the same time.
Yeah.
I got these like CBD, low THC, high CBD gummies. From Lord Jones. I'm obsessed. I'm
Lord
gonna
Jones.
I'm gonna like do, I don't know, product placement for them. I'm obsessed. But
I ate half of one before coming out.
I
here.
know.
Yeah.
I should have, but I took one like before, and now I take them like before any event. Like when I know I'm gonna get anxiety, I take these like high CBD, low THC ones.
Yeah, those are good.
And you can parent.
You should maybe get those.
We live in the place of
where you can do this.
Yes, I mean I feel like.
And I asked my doctor about it. My doctor is so for it. She's like, get it for migraines, do it for anything. She's just like, take the CBDs.
I was curious that you didn't talk about migraines in your book.
Yeah.
And if your migraines are like related to anxiety.
Worse. I think they got worse in LA. Next book. For sure.
Obviously.
Yeah. I think they got much worse here.
Welcome to LA. You either get migraines or IBS.
One or the other. Sometimes both.
Sometimes both. And everybody gets anxiety.
Yeah, everybody. Under everybody's chair.
You get anxiety. You get anxiety. You get anxiety.
Everybody gets
only
it.
Oprah can make it better.
Yeah. She might be able to on Harvest Day. I look forward to that day.
That would be so magical if we
So
got
many-
invited to Montecito.
Oh my
we got
god.
to do it.
I'd lose my mind. I'd pick the wrong vegetable, I'd do something so stupid. She'd get so mad at me. It wouldn't be
she
zucchini
wouldn't.
week and she'd be
"Help
like,
me!"
Swiss chard.
When she thinks about Swiss chard, I die. I'd like to be invited to the island in Hawaii. Is my
Oh my god.
ultimate goal. Or the house in
The
Hawaii.
house in Hawaii.
Does she still have it or did she sell it?
I think she still has it.
She does.
Yeah.
You guys, we know because she's our friend.
Are
Time
there
for
any
two
other-
more questions.
Oh, great.
Sorry. Okay, I hate to ask a B question, but
Okay,
you
that's
Snapchatted her the other day saying one of her favorite things in life is chips.
Yeah.
And you blocked off at the end where it
Oh,
tells
wait,
what her
what she
favorite
said.
chips.
She just likes plain chips. That's why I didn't follow up with it because I was like, let everybody like imagine something great. She likes ketchup chips too, but they don't have them here. She's got a stash in her closet.
Chips.
Ketchup chips.
That's a Canadian thing.
Yeah. We know. They're delicious.
Feels British.
It is like we're a Commonwealth. It's all the same thing. We have the Queen on our money. One more question.
And the final question for the evening.
Oh, this is very echoey. You both have like the kinds of personalities, at least publicly, that like I think many women relate to, and like are especially the ones that are kind of like down to earth, and you have very similar senses of humor. I think Busy in particular, like you've gravitated towards roles that like at least showcase that like that type of woman, it's okay to be that type of woman, and like I've been watching you on television since I was like 8, so
Yeah, that's cool. I wasn't 8.
but like, yeah, like anyway, I guess my question.
You're way younger than me.
I'm only a decade younger than you, I promise. My question is, like, do you feel now, because like social media, whatever, like you kind of have to engage with your followers in a certain way to like, you know, make them feel like people feel like they're your friend because that's your personality types.
Right.
Like, I literally think we're best friends. I'm crazy. So like,
I mean, we both get that
All
a
the
fair
time.
amount.
Yeah, like a lot.
A lot. And I also like weirdly am sort of a famous best friend to my more famous counterpart, Michelle. So I do get that. I mean, it's weird. I mean, you said that the word when you were talking about what you share about your kids, which is also the way that I've been doing it too. But it's intuitive.
It's intuitive.
Yeah, and so like, you know, it's tough because like I obviously don't share everything on social media, but I sort of like intuitively just share the things that I feel like.
This is how I describe it.
What?
It's like things that you would send your friend to make them laugh.
Right.
Just like not even just superficial. Sometimes it gets a little deeper.
Right.
But just like skimming the surface of your day and what I would share with like my best friends, or things that I would text them, or a video I would send them. I think that's like intuitively how I get into it. Where I'm like, I would share this with my friends. Why won't I just put this on Snapchat right now?
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, I didn't think
It's
about
like
it.
talking to like you.
Yeah.
Like I would say all of these things to just you, but I can just put them online because
Right, so
I don't want
that's
to
even
bother
better.
you all fucking day. I just send busy video all day long.
I mean, I do kind of enjoy that too, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird though too. Like, I had a friend from high school recently who was like, I get weirded out by your Instagram stories. I love watching them on one hand because like it makes me feel really close to you and we're so far away from each other. But then on the other hand, I'm like, I have to share you with like 500,000 other people that think that you're talking to them directly. And that makes me uncomfortable as your real friend. But I don't know, like,
It's weird.
it is a little weird, but at the same time, this is like maybe whatever, I don't fucking care. To a certain extent, I just feel like this is the gift of the thing. And like, not to take it too seriously, but like, I love that women in airports come up to me and they're like, I'm from Kansas and I watch your Instagram stories before I go to bed at night and I love it. It makes me laugh so hard. It makes me feel less alone. Like your experience with your kids like is my experience with my kids. When you were crying about that lady, I was like, oh my God, that's happened to me. Like, I think that that's part of with all the shit that comes with this thing that we're living in.
Yeah.
To have that ability is really special and it's really cool. And like, I don't know, I could probably be your best friend. I don't know. But you know, like we just don't live near each other and like, like I have other stuff. But like, you know, maybe. Okay. But yeah, I just like, to me, I don't know. Michelle and I talk about it too. Like, she loves being on my Instagram stories, which is so funny and like such like a random shocker that she would be like
so into it.
Yeah,
she loves it.
She would never do it on her own. But there is something like just so satisfying about being able to connect to all of these people.
It's true. And to have total control over your own message and not
for sure.
and being creative, because it is being creative.
Right.
Because you're creating a narrative about your day.
Right.
Which is like, for me on Snapchat, it's like if I'm sitting somewhere and I'm bored, I'm just like, there's an enemy. All right, let's go. Let's do this.
Kill me.
Let's do
I love
this.
your enemies.
But
my
it's like,
enemy.
right? You got to create a narrative if you're a creative person. So you just have to.
Right. And this whole thing for me has also sort of coincided with a chosen kind of break from actual work because I just haven't been shooting a TV show for the last 2 years, really, since Vice Principals wrapped. And so I've had time, and also I haven't given up my full-time nanny. So, I'm not joking.
You can't, though.
I mean, no.
You
she's
literally couldn't.
A lifer.
She's
Alice.
I would kill you if you did. She is Alice.
No, she is. You guys.
Somebody just laughed, but it's not funny.
She's like, she
She's
already
amazing.
knows. I'm like, Ileana,
Yeah.
you're with us until
Forever.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
I had the cutest thing happen. This girl came up to me at SoulCycle in New York, and she was like, "This is gonna sound really weird, but I'm like, nothing sounds weird. What are you a fan of?" No, I'm kidding. But she was like, "Your daughter's nanny was my nanny when I was a little
Oh my
girl."
God. What?
She was this like adorable law student at Columbia
Oh.
who, yeah.
That's so sweet.
Our nanny
Did you
was-
cry?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Of course you did.
We hugged.
Yeah. That's
it was
crazy.
really incredible, and she was so sweet, and she was like, yeah,
That's
like
crazy.
your nanny was Ileana was
You can't get rid of
everything
her.
to me.
You can't
and
get you. She's there forever.
She's forever.
Forever.
So I'll be Instagram storying.
She's gonna
for
be
a long
your
time.
nanny. She's gonna be your nanny one day.
She already is my nanny.
Yeah.
That's the biggest trick the devil ever pulled. So it's like I really need a full-time nanny. Turns out I just needed my mom or Oprah.
Yeah.
If Oprah's not gonna show up, I need Ileana.
Yeah. I love her.
But anyway, yeah. So it's nice, Kelly. I'm glad that we are real life
Yeah,
friends.
me too.
In addition to internet friends.
Yeah.
In addition to mom
To mom friends. Mom friends.
And I really love your book.
Thank you.
It made me laugh.
Thank you.
It made me cry.
It made me laugh and cry too. So many different feelings.
And I'm excited for everybody to read it if you haven't yet, and tweet at you.
Yeah, please
Only
do.
compliments.
Please do. All the compliments. Thank you for doing this.
Of
That's
course,
really sweet
obviously.
Of you.
She asked me like 5 months ago.
Yeah.
She,
I was like, can you do the thing? You gotta do the thing.
yeah,
Do the
happy
thing.
to do the thing.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of everything that you've accomplished. It's not an easy thing to like decide you're going to follow your dreams.
Stop it.
No, it isn't. It's true.
I'm at
It's not an
5
easy
now.
thing to be like, I
No,
actually
it's
have
true.
a dream and this
Stop
is what
it.
I'm gonna do.
I just did 5.
Love you.
Fuck!
Made you cry. Okay. All right. To following your dreams, everybody read the book.
Great. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you both. Thank you all for coming. I'm going to bring Kelly out into the lobby to sign.